Oh, one heck of a rat's nest. Covered the floor pan. All right, so there you go. Right, welcome back to the Wannabe Mechanic. So in the last few episodes, we got the interior pulled out and vacuumed up all of the rat poop. This time we got to open up that heater box and get all the leaves out of there. I know there's probably a bunch in there, so that we can finally wash the floor pan, inspect it for rust, and then put all the interior back in and just forget about it. Let's get into the episode, get all that stuff pulled out, and spray out the interior. Right, so the heater core box is right underneath where I have my fuse panel, so that's why I didn't really want to get into it, but I figured it's just these clips and you can use a little leverage and they just come flying out. Now they're just two-sided clips, so it's okay to do that. You know, sometimes, you know, one side will be jammed into place, and if you try to do that, it'll, you know, break it or something, but these ones seem to be fine to do that. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, there's two on this side, and three on the top. All right, so we got all those off. Now let's see if this wants to come loose at all. I think I'm missing something. All right, I just had to set you guys up over there so I can get under here a little bit better, figure out what's going on. Oh, that's what it is. There's another clip back here in the corner. Let's see. Is that enough? It might be. There's a little... So there's a piece right here, this little bracket. So that bracket there, that's probably what's holding it up. So I'm just gonna take the fuse panel off. I got the fuse panel off just enough. I got all the clips off the box. Now I just have one bolt that I have to get from under here, and then we'll be able to take the box off. All right, so now we got that bolt off. The box should be free enough. Okay, I just don't want to break anything, so... Oh, you know what it is? It's this fucking... Oops, didn't mean to curse. I just realized what it was. It's this little puller right here for the vent. So, I know you probably were all screaming that at me through your screens there. But now I know. So, let's get this off. All right, now it is free. Come on. Yes. Oh, I have wires zip tied to it. Let me get those off first. I'll just snap right off. See, I can't get this. Oh man, come on. Get the flathead and... Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, here it comes. Oh, so gross. Oh. Oh my goodness, look at this. This is what was hiding up in that heater box. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad that we got this all out. That is one heck of a rat's nest. Oh, man. All right, let's get this all out of here. Get this cleaned. We're gonna inspect the heater box and see if maybe we can use it in the future. Alright, so off camera, I took care of all those leaves. I just put a bag over my steering wheel so I don't get the internals all wet if I ever want to reuse those. And I also took the switches and fuse panel out. So now we can just blast this all down with water and not really have to worry about anything. So let's do that. Let's just do this. We'll take a dirty rag and push the puddles towards all the drain holes. Everything else will dry. I know a lot of you are probably thinking, if you're washing down the inside of your floor pan, isn't that just going to add more moisture, lead to more rust? Well, my thought is that if I just leave it piled with dirt and grease, whatever is rusting is just going to continue to rust. If I expose it to a little bit of moisture and I soap it down and scrub it where it needs to be scrubbed, I can find things that are rusted and fix them and then dry them out. So that's my thought, but let me know in the comments, how would you go about cleaning the inside of a car like this? Would you do what I'm doing? Would you just wipe it down like this? Or is there a better waterless solution? Let me know. I'm dying to hear your thoughts. Right, so we got everything dry. Now I'm just going through with the bristle brush to any place that I find surface rust like this, and I'm just gonna scrape it off just to see how far it goes. And if it's just surface, then we'll clean it up. After that, we'll spray it down with Rust Resolve just to be sure, and then a little bit of spray paint over that, and that should hopefully take care of any surface rust. We got our spray paints. One is a Rust Reformer and one is just a Satin spray paint. Alright, so I'm going to apply the Rust Reformer first, and I'm going to try to hold you guys while I do this. And just do a nice even layer. Okay, so we'll let that sit. Once it's dry, we'll go over it one more time, and then we'll do the spray paint on top of that layer. Alright, so I let that dry, and then I hit this section back here, and now I'm doing the driver's side floor pan as well. Alright, so we covered the floor pan, covered everything with the Rustoleum, and now we're just going to hit it with a little bit of normal spray paint and give it a good coating, and we should be good to go. Good for everything to come back in. And alright, so it's the next day, and today's the last day. There's going to be decent enough weather to work on the car. So I just went ahead and put the heater box back into the car. Now I'm going to put the interior back on after putting the shift boot. I gotta pop 2 holes or a couple of holes in here and get that onto here. Let's see, we'll get it into place and then just find the spot. Alright, that one's good. I'm gonna bolt that down and then we'll do the rest. So we got the shift boot all secured. It's nice and tight on there. Heater box is back in. Gaskets are on. I didn't have any screws to hold these down, so I'm just gonna leave them there, just like the last owner did. So I just have to be aware that those are there. And now we're gonna put the interior back in, so I'll set you up and get to it. Okay. Let's do this. All right, so there you go. It's just a little bit of shifting. You know, you got to put it in and try to get it over the parking brake at the same time as the shifter, is the same time as those two little posts there. So yeah, and once you get it in, you just have to, you know, move it around till you get it to the right spot. And now we're gonna have to go through and find the spots where we can use our trim screws to secure it down to the frame. All right, so I went inside yesterday to grab the trim screws and it started raining. It's been raining nonstop since, so I'm gonna put a pause on the Pinto. But in the next episode, we are going to button up the wiring. I know somebody wanted to see how to do the fuel gauge, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the fuel gauge as well as the tail lights. Then we're gonna do the accessories like the fuse panel, the dash panel, all that sort of thing. So tune in for that. Hit like, hit subscribe, share it to friends if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one when hopefully we get this thing running. I know I say that every time, but I really do hope in the next one we'll get this thing running. So see you then.